Hey everybody, this is Darren Sabedra again, Bay Area News Group, Mercury News, East Bay Times, here with Joseph Dycus, Mike Lefkow. This is Picks 2. We just finished recording a great show with our colleague Alex Simon, picking all the champions in each of the divisions for the CCS and NCS football playoffs. But we still have a weekly competition that we do, so we're going to run through the 15 games that we picked for the first round for NCS and CCS. Not picking all of them, but we picked 15 games. Are you guys ready?
Let's go.
Fire away.
You're ready. Game 1 on that list. Ooh, it is out of the CCS Division 1. Joseph, you're planning to be down there at the pit in Salinas. We are going to have the Sacred Heart Prep Gators traveling down, 9-1 record. Only loss was to Sacred Heart Cathedral to open the season by 1 point. They're going to be playing Salinas, also 9-1. This is one of the tougher places to play in the CCS. It's a very good league down there. Long trip for Sacred Heart Prep. I thought about picking the Gators. If the game were in Atherton, I would have. I'm going to go with Salinas to advance and to beat Sacred Heart Prep in round 1. Lefty, who you got?
Yeah, I'm thinking like you. I'm going with the home team, Salinas. I would have picked Sacred Heart Prep if they had been home, but Salinas is the home team.
If the margin's that small, then I feel pretty good about picking Sacred Heart Prep.
There you go. Joseph's going with Sacred Heart Prep, and the computer is going Salinas 28. Sacred Heart Prep 26. That's CalPreps' computer, calpreps.com. Game 2 on the list, another Division 1 game out of CCS. Sacred Heart Cathedral coming off a pretty bad loss last week against Sarah. Sarah played well in all 3 phases of the game, as they like to say. Sacred Heart will be traveling down to St. Francis. St. Francis is the 2 seed. These teams played in league play, and St. Francis won, I believe, on the same field by only 24-17. Joseph, I'll let you go first on this one.
I think St. Francis is going to win.
Lefty?
Yeah, I'm going to go with St. Francis.
And I'm going with St. Francis too. Game 3 on the list. I will be at this one. It's Archbishop Mitty, the 6th seed, 7-3, back in the playoffs after winning only 1 game last year. Coached by Danny Sullivan, former Los Gatos star quarterback under Butch Catelico, won a CCS championship for Butch in 2005, and then went on to Arizona State before coming back and starting his coaching career, I believe, at Los Gatos as well. And he won a CCS championship with Butch, and he also won one with Mark Crail, the current Los Gatos coach. So nice little storyline there. Los Gatos, obviously, their storyline is last year they were in a similar situation playing Bellarmine. That game was also at Los Gatos, and Bellarmine won with a late pick 6 to turn what looked like a loss into a win. I think Los Gatos bounces back and remembers that game, and I think Los Gatos wins to advance to the CCS semifinals. Joseph, who you got?
Give me the home team, Los Gatos.
Lefty?
Yep, going with the Cats.
All 3 with the Cats, and the Cats will win by 11, 28-17. Game 4 on our list is out of the Division 2 bracket. Half Moon Bay, 7-3. Kind of stumbled a little bit down the stretch, maybe even a lot, losing last week to Terra Nova, their rival. They'll be going on the road to play a night game at St. Ignatius, 4-6, the number 2 seed in Division 2. I got the Wildcats winning. I got SI moving on and advancing. Lefty, who you got?
I'm going to take the upset here and go with Half Moon Bay.
Woo!
Ooh, that is spicy.
Joseph.
I'm not taking the upset. Give me St. Ignatius.
All right. Game 5 on the list. I got to assume Jurion Dickey is not playing. Maybe he'll prove me wrong, but if we covered the team on a daily basis, we'd probably know, but we don't. Menlo Atherton at home for a rematch. Joseph, I think you covered this first game with Bellarmine.
I did. That was the Jurion Dickey scoring 4 touchdowns and doing whatever he wanted to Bellarmine.
Seemed like another lifetime ago.
It was another lifetime ago.
Well, Bellarmine's going to be making the trip back out to Atherton, and this time I'm taking Bellarmine even though it took a rally last week to beat Valley Christian, Bellarmine had lost 4 in a row before that. I'm thinking that Bellarmine is going to advance and win this game. Taking Bells. Lefty, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bells. I don't think they're playing particularly well right now, but my MA is not the same team without Jurion Dickey.
Yeah.
Joseph?
Bellarmine.
And the computer says Bellarmine 27, Menlo Atherton 26. Another tight one. Division 3, the King's Academy at 8-2, hitting the road on Saturday afternoon to play Menlo School, a team that beat TKA 31-6. As we noted in the other show, I believe it was Alex Simon, our colleague, who noted in the other show that this is a completely different TKA team than the one that opened the season with 2 losses. TKA's on an 8-game winning streak with Jaden Underwood leading the way. I like TKA to knock out Menlo School in this one. I'm taking the 6th-seeded TKA to win. Joseph, who you got?
King's Academy.
Lefty?
I'm going to go with Menlo. I think they might pull off this one.
You think Menlo's going to win? All right.
Yeah, I think Menlo they've played a little tougher schedule. I think they're going to.
The 7th of the 15 games on our list, we've got St. Francis of Watsonville, the 5th seed in Division 4, traveling to Santa Teresa, the kings of overtime, the kings of close games, the 5-5 Saints. This is gonna be a close game, but I'm taking Santa Teresa, taking Steve Pappin's boys to get it done and to win and advance to the semifinals. Joseph, I think I know who you're picking, because in the other show,
Dude,
I heard who you picked to win the championship.
Yeah, I picked Teresa to win the championship. So give me the Saints.
Lefty.
Yeah, I'm going to Santa Teresa. This is one of those games where you pick the home team.
All right. This 8-1 matchup is a pretty tight one. It was a tough pick for me. Sequoia at home, the number 1 seed in Division 4 at 9-1, playing the Royals of Overfelt out of San Jose, also 9-1. Overfelt has won 5 in a row. Their only loss was to Santa Teresa early in the season. Sequoia's only loss was to the King's Academy late in the season. CalPreps' computer predicts Sequoia to win 28-21. I am going to go against the computer. I'm taking Overfelt in the upset. Close. It's going to be a touchdown or less, but I'm going with Overfelt. Joseph, who you got?
Sequoia.
You going
with gotta go with number 1 seed there. Right after I picked Santa Teresa to win the championship. Gotta go with chalk here.
All right. Lefty?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Sequoia in this one, although I think it's going to be a real close game.
Yep, I do too. Game 9 on the list. Pioneer at home, the 4th seed in Division 5, right? This is Division 5. I didn't mark it down. Pretty sure it's Division 5.
Yeah, it's Division 5.
They're at home to play Monterey. Monterey 6-4. Monterey has 2 1-point losses on its resume to Aragon and to Half Moon Bay. They beat Seaside last week. I think that was a win that got them into the playoffs. I like Pioneer, what it's done this season, but I those Monterey schools, man, sometimes they come and they're better than their records. They're better than their division placement. Sometimes you're just like, wow, that's a pretty good team.
They have some good athletes at both of them.
They do. So I'm taking Monterey to knock out Pioneer in round 1. Lefty, who you got?
I'm still going to go with Pioneer. I think those road trips are a little long for high school teams.
All right.
Yeah.
Joseph?
Pioneer.
All right. 2 out of the 3 take Pioneer, and the computers take, it's a 2-2 split. The computer says Monterey 28, Pioneer 21. Amador Valley at Liberty. I mean, Amador Valley's defense is pretty darn good. I was going through it. They pretty good. And what's that saying? Defense wins championships. I don't think Amador is going to win a championship, but that defense might be good enough to slow down Liberty and to win a game. And the fact that Amador 2 weeks ago played De La Salle pretty darn tough. and we saw what De La Salle did to Clayton last week. I'm taking the upset. I'm going to take the fifth seeded Dons of Amador Valley to upset Liberty in round 1 on the road in Brentwood. Joseph, who you got?
I wanted to go with Amador Valley, but Liberty's been playing so well lately, and I mean, I can't take this Liberty.
Lefty?
I'm going to agree with you, Darren. I'm going to pick the Amador. I think it's going to be a real close game, but the Amador is looking pretty good right now.
I agree. The computer says Liberty by 13,
Wow.
26-13. Just a few more games on our list. We're at game 11 of the 15. We got Vintage 6-4 traveling to Pleasanton to play Foothill, also 6-4. Foothill was in the Division II final last year. This is a Division II game. I'm taking Foothill, taking the home team. Joseph, what you got?
I agree. Give me Foothill.
Lefty?
Yeah, Foothill.
And the computer says Foothill will win 28-19. Game 12 on the list, Livermore traveling to Rancho Cotati. Both teams are 8-2, but I think Rancho's on another level, taking Rancho Cotati to advance. Joseph, who you got?
Yeah, I think Rancho wins. What does Cal Prep say?
Cal Prep says Rancho by 17, 38-21. Lefty, who you got?
Yeah, I think Rancho Cotati. I think that's a really good football team.
Yeah, I agree. We got a rematch in game 13. It's a Diablo Athletic League Foothill Division rematch between Northgate and Las Lomas. This team's played on October 14th, and Las Lomas won 34-7. I don't see too much changing. I think Las Lomas will win this one as well. So I'm taking Las Lomas to advance. Joseph, who you got?
You gotta go with Las Lomas.
Oh, you picked them against Campo. I
did. You know how I feel about them
against Northgate. Lefty, who you got?
Yeah, Las Lomas. They're healthier now than they were the first time they played Northgate.
Game 14 on the list. We've got Del Norte coming from Crescent City, almost to the Oregon border. They're going to be making a 378-mile drive down 101, across the Richmond San Rafael Bridge and down into Hayward to play Tennyson. Del Norte's only loss was to South Medford, Oregon. And I mean, really, this team probably should be in an Oregon league, in an Oregon association. They're so close to the Oregon border, you can almost touch it. And anyhow, they're going to make the as of this morning, without traffic, it was going to be a 7-hour trip according to Google Maps. So that being said, and it's a Friday night game according to the schedule. So I'm taking Tennyson to win. Joseph, who you got?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking that up before the show, and that's pretty much like driving from Chattanooga to Memphis. I can't imagine having to drive that, go play a football game in an unfamiliar place, and if you lose, have to drive back up. I mean, I think Tennyson wins.
Lefty?
Yeah, I think Tennyson wins. I think Del Norte will spend the night down, one of the 2 nights down
They
here.
have to come down.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
They have to come down on Thursday.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think they.
Why is this game's not on Saturday?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, again,
because this next team is
critical, but it is a little unfair to Del Norte.
Yeah, and maybe I haven't looked. Maybe they have adjusted the schedule. Joseph, can you peek and make sure that game is still on Friday?
Yeah, let me look right now.
But game 15 on the list, we have another team from up there, not quite as far, and they don't have to travel as far south. We got St. Bernard's Academy from Eureka traveling down 101. Maybe they could share a bus. Maybe Del Norte can pick them up, and they can get an extra large double-decker bus to come down. But this is a Saturday game. They're going to be playing De Anza. De Anza's 5-4, and St. Bernard's is 5-5. It's a 274-mile trip for St. Bernard's. 5 hours as of this morning. That's without traffic. Who knows what the traffic will be like once they get into Santa Rosa and into Marin County. But I'm taking the home team in this one too, largely because of that travel. I'm going to take De Anza to win. Lefty, who you got?
Yep, I'm going to go with De Anza again. I agree with you. I think it'll be a maybe a pretty close game, but I think De Anza wins.
Right. Joseph?
Same. I think De Anza, and I'm looking at Max Preps, and the game is still scheduled Tennyson Del Norte for 7 p.m. on Friday
At Tennyson.
at Tennyson.
All right. Cal Prep says De Anza is going to win 31-27 over St. Bernard's, and Cal Preps also says that. Oh, Cal Prep says Del Norte. Is it Del Norte or Del Norte?
I'm not sure.
But yeah, no, I think Del Norte was like ranked 200 and Tennyson's like 276 according to Cal Preps.
Cal Preps is predicting Del Norte to win 28-19. So
they're not taking into account the human element of having to drive down.
Guys, it's been quite a day of picks. We've got 2 recordings. Make sure if you're watching this one to the end that you check out the other recording where we pick the champions for all the divisions for CCS and NCS football. Joseph, anything else to add before we wrap her up?
I can't wait to go 12-0 in my championship picks, and then 15-0 this week. It's going to be a historic week for picks.
We'll see. You're still 10 games back in the season standings. Lefty, who you got? Or what do you got? Anything?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be, as always, these are going to be some interesting games. We'll see if Joseph goes 27-0.
Yeah,
I'm not betting on it. Sorry.
No, I'm not betting on it either. He's the guy who took Clayton Valley to win by 18 last week, and I had to hear about it on the sideline.
Yeah.
Especially when the clock started running continuously. For the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, no, I was keeping up with your updates on the sideline and looking at Twitter, and I was like, oh man. It was a brief story. It was 6-0 Clayton Valley, and I'm like, wow, okay. We got this. And then it was 7-6. I was like, okay, it's going to be a game. And then was it 14-6? And I was like, oh, wow, De La Salle's coming out swinging. And then it was 21-6. And then it was 28-6 at halftime. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm an idiot.
You're in trouble.
I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, Alaba said that when I talked to him this week, he said Clayton Valley is a very good football team. I mean, he wasn't trying to explain what happened to Clayton in that game, but he said that is a good football team.
They're a very good team. Couple things happened that I mean, right at the end of the half, if they had scored on that drive, they were going to get the ball to start the second half. They could have made it 28-12 or 28-14 because they probably would have went for 2. And then you get the ball to start the second half, and they drove all the way to the 1-yard line, even down 28-6, and then went in reverse. So they score there, and if they had scored at the end of the half, but there's a lot of ifs involved. And when you start playing the if game, you can make ifs on any game. The bottom line is, and I was asking a couple of our colleagues from other publications, we're kind of like pretending the post-game interview. I'm like, okay, you be Murph, what happened? And both of them said, I'll say the PG version here. We got our butts kicked, but
yeah.
So anyhow, that is it from my end. Guys, been great. We're going to shut her down. Check us out, mercurynews.com, eastbaytimes.com.